What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we got ourselves an Empowered Dynasty video. I like the guy on this podcast, able to do something I have yet to figure out. How to relay a no given kind of message to these women by not being attacked for it. But wait, before we jump into it, you got a job to do. Hit that like, subscribe, and hit that hype button. It doesn't even cost you nothing, stingy asses. Or you can just hit my Venmo, $1, 4 quarters, 20 nickels.
The only reason why it seems like I tend to be heavy on the man's side is because y'all don't have to meet the same requirements. If I held my daughter to the same standards as my son, like for instance, if my daughter's out right now, I'm worried about her getting home faster than I'm worried about my son. I'm gonna worry about him getting home by himself. But I'm gonna go out my way to make sure I get her here. You understand what I'm saying? And society is like that on women. But if you really look back, like for instance, a man broken down on the road in his car, most people are gonna ride past him. He has the same problem as the woman, but they're gonna ride right past them. And then they're gonna keep saying equal rights and equal. It's not equal, it's only equal when it benefits women. And I hate to say this, feminists have this mentality where it's only equal when it benefits the woman. If you wanna be equal, get up on the roof and fix the chimney. You wanna be equal, come outside and shovel with me. You wanna be equal, do everything equal. Don't pick and choose what's fair and what's not fair. If we're gonna be fair across the board. We can't say there's no gender roles, but then you expect your man to go shovel. You sound crazy to me. So that's what I can't stand about this whole feminist movement. It creates sick mentalities, and they pick and choose. There was a whole island, Kenzie showed me, they had a whole woman island, a whole island of women. Guess who built the infrastructure? The men. And then guess what happened? The whole situation got clogged up. Guess what they called in to fix it again? The man. We have to accept that women y'all have very good gifts at which I gifted at. I think y'all are very, very organized. There's a lot of things I know for a fact I need about women. And there's a lot of things you guys add value to my podcast. And I understand that. And I'm comfortable with that. But you seem to have a problem with a woman thinking that a man can't be greater than certain things she's not great at. There's a lot of things men are greater than women at. 90% of women can't beat men.
I agree with that.
They can't beat them. If there was no such thing as police, most women wouldn't even come out their face. Because they're gonna lose. Thanks. We just talking logic.
Yeah, I stamp this. I've pointed this out many times. Women, like on a subconscious level, don't understand that the only reason you feel comfortable doing things like putting your hands on men and verbally disrespecting a man is because of the police. I mean, they'll say all these types of, I'll get my dad on you, or my brothers will F you up. But for real, it's because of them police. The law emboldens women to abuse men because they know a crocodile tear and a false allegation, and I'm sharing a cell next to Fleece Booty Warrior Johnson.
Believe all women.
But again, I would never teach my daughter to jump in a man's face and be reactive opposed to being logical. You cannot beat him. You beat him by leaving him. You beat him by taking away things from him. Your accessibility. But you don't beat this man jumping up in his face. I'm not teaching my daughters that ratchet crap. And talking about anything a man can do, I can do better. You sound crazy because anything a woman do, I can't do better. And I think I'm a very masculine, strong man. I know I need a woman. And I know they're good at a lot of good things. But society has created this sick mentality.
So what do you think, in your opinion, men, you said men need women.
Yes.
Give some examples.
I think men, we supposed to buy the home, the woman's supposed to make it a home.
Okay.
And I think that's a great gift y'all have. A lot of energy in the house is based on how the woman feels. And the one thing I hate is when you talk to most men, and being that I'm in a business where I talk to a lot of men, a lot of times when a woman she's not happy, she brings that energy to the man and she brings it in the house. Which is crazy that we have to deal with it, which is a level of narcissism, but I'm gonna just take that on another conversation, right? But again, the thing I do see that's valued by a woman is is naturally supposed to be nurturing. Right. A woman is the extreme balance of a man. I'm not gonna come into a situation, like for instance, there's a story of the wife and the husband was walking through the zoo, and the wife threw a rock at the monkey. The monkey took off running and left the wife there, the woman monkey there. She said, look at these kind of men like this. Then they walked past, no, I'm lying. She went past the lions first. She threw the rock at the lion, and the lion didn't flinch at it. No, I'm capping. Let me say it right.
Get it together.
Hold on. It was the monkey. It was the monkey first. The two monkeys was playing. Okay. So the lady threw a rock at the monkey. The monkey took off running. She said, must be nice. But then they walked past the lions. The lion was standing off to the side, and the wife wasn't getting no attention from the lion. So the husband looked at her and said, you know what your problem is? he said, you only see things from a surface level. You don't look at the totality of the picture. So she said, what do you mean? He said, watch this. He took a rock and he threw it at the woman lion. The male lion jumped up and roared. But the little monkey who was playing and having so much fun, he took off running and left her for dead.
Okay.
But what he's trying to insinuate is, men, we react when it's necessary. But we don't overreact when it's not necessary. True men assess every situation and contemplate what is needed in this situation. And that's the healthy balance.
I think he butchered that proverb, so I'm gonna go look it up. I think he butchered that proverb, so I'm gonna go look it up. Shout out to him though for remembering that much of it. Time in like the social media space, people posting the best moments of their lives, be that they're on vacation or getting a bag or a new car, but it's all fugazi. What you don't see is the constant fights, the sexless nights, and the depression. Shit, that rhymed. While a man who is not so flippant and flamboyant with the showiness, doing all these things like domestic work, like taking the kids off her hands so she can get some rest, or showing her, every day that he appreciates her with the little gestures, that type of stuff gets swept under the rug because it doesn't elicit that dopamine spike of excitement, and I think that's very sad.
Healthy balance is the woman, she's able to assess situations. Like one thing I do give y'all flowers for, y'all have a great judgment of characters when it comes to your mate dating somebody, being around people. Y'all have a great at that. Y'all are ill at it. God gave y'all a gift. A woman can smell doo-doo a mile away.
I hate to stop it so soon, but that's cap. The number of single mothers and women with crappy baby fathers or domestic violences, or so they say, I would beg to differ.
She be like, he is trash. She could, I don't know how, that's a gift y'all got. And again, as a man, I accept that because if you my homegirl, you my homegirl. If I bring y'all around, you be like, yo, Q, stay away from, I'm gonna take that into very, very much account because I know that you have a gift. That's that nurturing. You smell something funny. And that's the thing I do see, that when God created man and woman, he created it with a healthy balance.
You made a reference to lions, right? Okay. And it kind of stuck with me, right? So yes, lions are the protectors, but the lionesses are the hunters, right? We're the ones that go out, we hunt the prey. This is what we do. So I believe that when it comes to, men, yes, we need y'all for certain things, but we are so much more smarter than y'all. We are way more strategic. Self-sufficient. And I agree with you when I say women need men and men need women. I am one of those women where I think
you guys need us more than we need you.
Can I say something about that?
I think men need women more than women need men.
Can I say something though?
That is my opinion.
Can I say something though?
And I don't care what y'all say on that screen.
Can I say something?
Not even looking over
there. Can I say something though?
What?
Emotionally, y'all the most codependent creatures on earth.
Y'all emotional too. There's a lot of emotional men.
Listen, it's not a competition.
All I just said y'all.
Y'all are the most emotionally codependent creatures on earth.
How can you say y'all and it's not a competition?
No, because I'm just saying it's a fact. Most women will always have a level of an outlet that's usually on another person. That's emotional codependency. When I'm calling you, telling you, oh my, Myra, and you did this, that's codependency. Why
are you slapping your leg?
Because you do that. You do that. That's what you do. But I'm just saying that's how y'all are. So emotionally codependent is in a sense of needing someone to vent to basically pour your bleeding onto. Okay. That's why I truly believe women outlive men, because men was taught that it's hyper feminine to be vulnerable, and I think that's cap. I think that's why a lot of men are literally passing away very early, because of the fact that they don't have the outlets to be able to release. Most women will always have an outlet of release. Whether it's gonna be on me, whether it's gonna be on her friend, whether it's gonna be on her mama,
so why don't men have an outlet to release? Because y'all,
and not y'all, not you, society has made us feel like that is sass.
I hate that women try to compare the strengths of wild animals to themselves. And on that note, do you know why the lionesses hunt the prey? It's because the prey is prey, which means it's weaker than the lionesses, number one. Number two, the way a pride is set up, there is only ever one adult male at a time. Each time there's a new lion head, it's usually because of the cubs he fostered, and that little nigga grows up and kicks his dad out. So there's more of them. So to do the hunting makes sense, as he's the only lion that will fight off the hyena hordes, the opposing lions, or who would try to take the pride, or any other animals that actually pose an actual threat. Hunting would require energy from him that would stop him from doing that job. Plus, it's his job to fuck all the females, but they never want to include that in their comparisons. Women being smarter, again, too many women going online saying how they was tricked by these ain't shit men for that to be true. And self-sufficient? Are you kidding me? Women are the most codependent of the genders. They constantly need to vent to somebody. They physically usually need the help of a male in some capacity or another. Women lean on others more than any man ever will. Like, a man will see a task he's never done before and go like, I don't need to call nobody. I got this. It borders on the psychotic, but in truth, women need men far more than men need women. We not only can cook and clean, but when it comes to raising children, the stats are saying that we raise children better as single fathers than single mothers can. And not only that, we are also build and maintain the very infrastructures of society which women partake in every single day. And women will fight me and say that they can do it by themselves, but I don't see women busting down electrician, plumbing, trash, construction, oil rig, and apprentices and jobs to be doing those. So,
women to be their peace while you guys take away ours?
I do believe there are men that take away women's peace. But true men don't take away peace, we bring peace. Because most men are very easygoing.
And by bringing peace, what is it that you feel like some men do that bring peace in their household?
We take away a lot of the responsibilities economically.
In terms of?
Take away a lot of responsibilities economically. One of the number one separation problems in today's society is economics. One of the number one reasons adultery is actually taking a third, opposed to number one is finances. So therefore, if a person is taking an extreme burden off you financially, that is your stress levels being extremely down.
So do you believe that a man's job is to be a provider?
100%.
Oh.
100%.
Because last week you said 50-50. So
no, I said more healthy relationships will be 50-50 today because of the expense of the world today. Okay. It's not that he's a bad man. It's the expense of the world. Most people compare their grandfathers who had pictures in black and white to today where we have digital photos. You're comparing a different time to a different time. It's not that same house that your grandfather got for $100,000, you got to buy for $750. Right, so if your grandfather's mortgage was $1,000 a month, yours is $7,000 a month. So reality is, even though the income hasn't increased much, you still have the responsibility economically to meet a certain level. And it's just not easy on nobody. It's not a man or a woman thing.
So
it's just financially it's expensive.
Last week, Myra, you weren't here. So Q and I we were having a discussion about submission and being submissive. You know, that's always a big topic with Q. So we were talking about being submissive. And I think I said what I said, but I got a little misconstrued because I think my thing was to Q where when he brought up 50-50 and I said that if we're together, husband and wife, couple or whatever, and we're both going out and we're 50-50 in terms of working and paying the bills. Now, I feel like usually, typically, since Q goes y'all and men and women, I think typically once we come home, the woman now has a second job to do. She has to now be a mother. She has to figure out kids and the dinner and the this. Is typically the woman that's cleaning the house, that's making sure everything. So my thing and then was submission to me kind of, yes, there's two parts of it. There's a part where it feels like, you know, you're giving up that control to the man. But I feel like there are a lot of men in this day and age that are sassier than us, that I feel like I would never let them lead me because they just don't, no. You get what I'm saying? But I said to Q, like, I feel like expecting a woman now after we've both worked, we're both financially responsible for this household. I come home, I have to now bear the burden of the second shift, taking care of the kids, figuring out dinner, figuring out everything. A lot of times women will cook and they don't even eat. They're the last people to eat. They don't even sit at the table. They're the last ones to go to sleep and the first ones to wake up, right? And I said, sometimes a man now expecting her to kind of be in this softness I use in terms of like giving him that love and that attention and babe and how was your this and how was your, and even be ready for intimacy. It's kind of unfair because it's a imbalance created where it's like, so you want us to both work. So now I feel like we two people working. Now we come home, you have an expectation of me to you need a home cooked meal. You don't want the kids running to you. Daddy, Daddy, can you help me with this? You go to your mom, a lot of dads do say that as well. Go to your mother. But where do you don't think women get tired too? You don't 100%. Think that we're undervalued? 100%. You don't think we're underappreciated? You feel like we're rewarded? I'm not done. You feel like we get the credit that we deserve for being women, and you want us to give you that respect and that submissiveness. But I feel like I said, a lot of men want women to be their peace, but they take away ours. A lot of times we are exhausted, but we still have to function.
Okay, can I say something else? I think.
What you said, Tyler?
I think a person right now, right, that genuinely believes that being in a relationship, right, and living by themselves, paying 100% of bills, is better than being with somebody that pays half your bills. I think they're on a level of slow on a whole nother spectrum. I think they rode the little bus by themselves and they got dropped. No, just listen to me though. I'm gonna tell you why it don't make sense. Even from an economical situation, it don't even make sense. When you listen to these people that say that, I think this is An acceptance of being by themselves?
People that say what?
Because they by themselves. Oh, I would never do 50. You single. That's why you talk like that. You gotta do 100%. What I'm trying to say is reality is if I'm in a house and I'm struggling to do 100%, and I meet someone who says, hey, I want to take half of your stress away from you, and you think that's not feasible?
Here we go.
Hold on, let me finish. The reason why I say that is because most healthy relationships in 2026 are two people that bring it all to the table.
Understood.
That's the only way it works.
But I'm not saying that they will require more from us still. You know what I'm saying? You come home. Again,
women exaggerate.
How
I'm
we
sorry.
exaggerate?
I'm gonna tell you why. Can I tell you why?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna stop it right there because these women are ape shit crazy. Throughout the bat shit, they would ape in this bitch. The level of don't give a fuck about the facts, I'm just gonna say anything is wild. Absolutely wild. I'm gonna be real with you. This is exactly why I don't like to do these types of conversation with these types of women. Unlike my brother in the video, I don't have the stoic enough demeanor. I don't. I'd have been thrown a bucket of water at him. ALS ice buckle challenge. And I'd just be catching all types of charges. And hands. I'd probably be catching hands. You know. Stay in your lane. Like always, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you again like, subscribe, hit that hype button. It helps us out. Hit the hype button, nigga.
I broke its ankles, son, but they're made out of adamantium. I broke them.